It's midnight. Mike Michalowicz is in his cramped office, surrounded by empty coffee cups and a mountain of paperwork. His brain's a foggy mess. He's running a business that's managing to scrape by, but there's no real growth, just a relentless grind. Then, on a random afternoon, Mike reads a local newspaper article about a farmer growing giant pumpkins, colossal, prize-winning pumpkins that took years of precise care. Mike wonders, what if growing a business could be more like growing those pumpkins? Could he break the exhausting cycle and grow something giant? Mike's first revelation came when he stopped trying to do everything for everyone. There was a seed of a better idea buried in that pumpkin patch story. What if you concentrated only on what you do best? Mike Michalowicz realized his company was spread thin, chasing every customer like a scavenger hunt gone wrong. Instead of juggling dozens of service lines, he zoomed in on his firm's unique strength, serving a niche market with unmatched expertise. This laser focus was his seed, planting his energy where it counted most. That moment was like the farmer choosing the right pumpkin seeds to nurture, not the wild mix of every seed in the barn. But Mike still faced one big question: which seed exactly? Think of a pumpkin patch cluttered with dozens of seedlings all competing for sunlight and nutrients. Most don't grow beyond a shriveled size. The farmer's trick: spot the strongest sprouts early and clear the weeds around them. For Mike's business, that meant trimming away distractions, ditches, and small-time opportunities so the best clients and products could thrive. This is the pumpkin plan's heart: clear out the noise so the big, juicy pumpkins can claim the spotlight. By shedding the weight of mediocre efforts and marginal clients, Mike transformed his business landscape. What was once a sprawling patch of many small pumpkins became a focused garden of giant ones. He stopped being exhausted and started growing, watching profits swell and customer loyalty bloom. This wasn't just about working smarter, it was about working on purpose. Mike's company, once stuck in survival mode, now played the game like a champion pumpkin farmer. Not all customers are friends. Some drain your time and spirit like thorny weeds strangling a prize pumpkin. Mike had to learn the brutal art of cutting ties. Mike once spent half his week chasing a handful of clients who were always late, never paid on time, and sucked emotional energy like a vampire at a buffet. He remembered the pumpkin farmer's advice about removing weak pumpkins so the giants could thrive. With a shudder, Mike dropped those toxic clients, even though it meant short-term income loss. The result? Suddenly, his team's spirits lifted and his top clients got more attention. But could he turn that risk into a real win? Imagine a pumpkin patch where small, sickly pumpkins not only take nutrients but also block sunlight from the giants. These weeds slow growth, threaten health, and keep pumpkins small. The business equivalent is bad clients and distracting projects. By pulling out these weeds, those draining relationships, you allow your best customers to blossom and your business to flourish. The pumpkin plan demands ruthless pruning for massive gain. It's tough, uncomfortable, but oh so necessary. Once Mike prioritized his creme de la creme clients, amazing things happened. His business became more profitable, happier, and easier to run. The loser clients didn't notice for long, and the winners grew more loyal, spending more and referring others. Mike's company wasn't just surviving anymore, it was booming from focused, weeded growth. The lesson? Sometimes the path forward means cutting the hardest ties first. Mike discovered his best clients weren't just customers, they became partners in growth. Love them right, and they grow your business like sunshine feeds a pumpkin. After cutting bad clients, Mike doubled down on his top customers. He didn't just deliver on contracts, he studied these clients' habits, hopes, and hidden frustrations. For example, one top client mentioned an overlooked pain point during a casual chat. Mike's team engineered a new service offering around that insight. The result? The client's business improved, and Mike's company became indispensable. It was like discovering pumpkin magic, except it was real business magic. Imagine a giant pumpkin that gets not only water and sunlight, but special nutrients tuned exactly to its unique needs. That's nurturing your winners, going beyond the basics, listening for what's unspoken, and innovating to fix problems that customers barely express. This turns a good business relationship into a growth powerhouse. It's not about selling more, It's about growing deeper connections that thrive even in tough seasons. By embracing this level of care, Mike's clients became brand evangelists, spreading the word and cementing his company's reputation. The growth wasn't just profit, it was the peace of mind that comes with loyal, raving fans. Mike's pumpkin plan had transformed his business into a juggernaut rooted in customer love, proving once again that nurturing the best feeds the whole garden. Mike found that scaling wasn't adding more, but subtracting smartly. After weeding and nurturing, the real challenge was learning when to say no to chaos. When Mike tried to double down on every opportunity, things spiraled out of control. He was juggling partnerships, products, and shoot-the-moon ideas. It wasn't until he ruthlessly simplified operations, cutting irrelevant product lines and limiting partnerships, that he felt the real power of focus. His story mirrors the farmer who cuts off excess pumpkin vines, letting the main stem grow strong. But Mike's clearest insight: scaling well means scaling less first. Scaling a business is like growing a massive pumpkin. You don't grow the entire patch at once. You trim, prune, and focus nutrients on one giant fruit instead of spreading yourself thin. This subtraction-focused scaling means saying no, even painfully, to shiny new opportunities that distract from your core. Without this discipline, everything dilutes: profits, time, energy. The pumpkin plan's counterintuitive secret is that less chaos creates more growth. Once Mike embraced this principle, his business didn't just grow, it exploded. Fewer distractions meant staff weren't exhausted, customer experience soared, and profits jumped. The clarity in strategy empowered every decision, sending growth into overdrive. Less truly became more, and Mike's pumpkin plan matured from a concept into a repeatable growth engine. Mike's final revelation was that the pumpkin plan isn't just a trick for one patch. It's a way to revolutionize any business landscape. After Mike transformed his first company, he didn't keep the secret to himself. He coached thousands of entrepreneurs across industries, showing them how to spot their giant pumpkins and nurture them. Whether it was tech startups in Dallas or service firms in Portland, the pumpkin plan's principles clicked. One CEO described it as a growth blueprint that changed everything. The idea: anyone can grow giant pumpkins if they follow the plan, no magic, just disciplined care. Growing giant pumpkins isn't luck. It's a systematic process of planting, weeding, nurturing, and scaling. Mike's approach applies that science to business. Identify your seed, remove toxic influences, care deeply for winners, then scale smart. This method breaks the myth of random success and replaces it with repeatable steps. The pumpkin plan is about planting possibility every day and watching extraordinary growth take root. The biggest payoff? This mindset shifts your entire approach to business. It's no longer a draining hustle but a purposeful garden. Each day you decide, which seed gets my time, which weeds get pulled, who do I nurture? By embracing that mindset, your company not only survives, it dominates. Mike's closing challenge to you: start your plan today and grow your giant pumpkin tomorrow. Remember that midnight scene? Mike trapped in endless grind. The pumpkin plan pulled him and you out. Plant one strong seed, yank out the weeds dragging you down, love your winners like gold, and scale by focusing fiercely. Try this. Tonight, write down your best clients and pick one core strength your business does better than anyone. Then cut one shitty client or pointless task. That small, brave action sets you on your giant pumpkin path. Growth feels like magic, but it's just smart care and discipline. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.